Alright, haulers, hello and welcome back to City Skylines. You'll notice a few things just before we get started. We have a crap ton of money. I've been busy off screen a little bit, getting a few things cleaned up here and there. Don't worry about this mess, we'll talk about that later. But I've kind of expanded us a little bit further this way. We let it run through so we could build up some time and population because we are now a mere 400 or so from hitting our next milestone. So that's why you'll see those changes, is just because I've been working on this a little bit off screen to get us ahead, because I'm trying to plan out kind of what I want to do. Now, one thing that I realized is I massively overestimated how much industry space we would need. These companies are all struggling to find workers because there's, I cleared out this entire industrial park. There's too much industry, too much commercial, for not enough residential, basically. Even though there's supposed demand, I need to bring in more residential. So quickly, before we go any further, I want to work on zoning some of... Well, actually, it looks like I've zoned most of that. And I'm doing it this way so that I can do it in small patches. It turns out, something I didn't know about City Skylines, there's something called a death wave. Apparently what happens is a bunch of people will, if I zone this area all at once, all those people move in at once, and guess what happens? They all die at once too. So I have to seriously watch out for that and just be careful with that. There is something else that I've been working on, which is I'm slowly starting to learn the mods, learn how to use some of them. Many of you will notice, like with roundabouts, I always built a road out and then placed it. Well, it's because I didn't know you could do it without having to build a road. So, little things like that. We do, if I can find a police station. We have new cars. You can see here that's a Taurus. We have... I don't think we have any fires going on right now, but we have new fire vehicles too. Bunch of new stuff to hopefully start transitioning this from being just a straight-up vanilla Let's Play to moving into making Avalonia truly stand out. And that's kind of my whole goal for this. It looks like we've also got... Oh, there's the Explorer there. We've also got medical vehicles too, but I haven't seen any of those go out yet. Fire and medical seem to not get used as much. Oh, you know what I also forgot to set too? We now should have, from now on, instead of the garbage truck coming out, we have these, a Mack Terra Pro. Oh, I guess there's different colors too, which is awesome. So we've got a more realistic American truck coming out now. Now this is getting, that's only 31%. One of them I have set right now. I think this one is emptying into a different site, just to build up space. Something that I need to do is start de-zoning part of this, so I'm going to look at doing that real quick. Well, actually, we can leave it. I've already done part of it. But I've got a few major projects that I need to work on today. The first major project that we need to work on is we need to continue our expansion down here. I need to start laying out some sort of a proper area down here. I'd like to start laying out a bit of a proper city here on the waterfront, but I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it. Part of that being because we have this elevation here. If I really wanted to, I could level all of this, but I'm not sure I want to do that. I kind of like having it natural like that. So we will have to see when it comes to that stuff. The other thing too is we've got this area here. I want to see if we can't fill in some of this, expand this. We've got all of this area, I believe, to expand into that we can start working on. And I'm hoping by today we can purchase this block, and if we can, then I'm going to move industry out of the city altogether down here. And what'll end up happening is we'll have a couple little parks for things like garbage and stuff like that, because obviously... Oh, actually, hold on a minute. We're actually getting low on power too. It's not like money is an issue, so I'm just going to put in another coal plant for now. But what I want to do is set up a wind farm potentially, because these what? Oh, these put out 40 megawatts, so I would need multiple wind farms. because the advanced ones put out about 20. But I'm gonna imagine it's not consistent. Oh, and this one's meant to be placed on water. This one's on land, and it only makes 8. We do have a hydropower plant, which will be good, and a solar power plant, which will be good, but we don't have much of a use for that yet. So we're just going to focus on our coal energy. And hopefully that will bring back electricity to being where it needs to be once that goes online. But you can see here, buildings are starting to abandon because we're short on people. So I'm quickly going to start laying out some roads here, and we will be back. Alright, so I've laid out a very, very rough layout just to get this whole area zoned and get people being able to move in. I've only zoned this section right here. This is for nothing more than getting residential down so we can bring in workers. So I think the next step, it looks like that's going down here. This should be almost done. 1% full, so that's almost done. Worker problems seem to be going down slowly but surely, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that. I think I am going to, however, de-zone at least these portions of it and see if hopefully that might drive some workers towards Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's just get rid of this for right now, because we don't need the extra one. Hopefully workers will be good. No goods. Who has no goods? Which I assume... So we actually, it seems like we actually need to de-zone some of the commercial. So we're actually going to de-zone this whole area from being commercial. That should help with traffic flow too. But it's going to mean a lot less money for a little bit because we're not going to be bringing in taxes from as much commercial. It looks like too. I don't know where that's coming from. No educated workers. Oh, it's because of university. There's not much we can do about that. But the biggest thing that needs to change with our city is I want to build a main corridor that comes down kind of the center area. We've got this over here, which will end up probably changing. I think we're going to end up shifting this main highway so that it comes straight down through instead of having to shift over. So the biggest project here is going to be the in and out portion of the city. And then the main highway that comes down through, and then obviously the connector to the main highway here, which will then continue through here. And I'm considering splitting it off 2 ways. One will go out and around this way, and the other one will continue out and do this sort of loop here, go out to this area. And then obviously off of that, we'll have a connection right here to come off. So we've got a huge set of upgrades to start working on. Oh, actually, we should wait too and check. Sewage. So it looks like sewage is an issue. He should be connected. We actually have to turn that on. Yeah, so he is... Oh, actually, it looks like no one out here is connected to sewage for some reason. So let's do... this here. Okay, I need you to stay on. Thank you. Why does water look like it's flowing? This is an issue I had before, too. Is it just too far away from the sewage line? Oh, nope, there we go. Now everything's up and going, so we should be good now. We can turn that off. Garbage. Who's struggling? And it looks like all of our worker issues have gone down too. Garbage is piled up. That's full completely, so we desperately need to get to a point where we can get rid of that. That's at 42%. That's at 34%. So I think, honestly, the one that I just deleted, I need back. Oh, and we had a death. Where is it? As long as it's not in an area that's one of the death waves. Just crossing my fingers. What is responding down here? Oh, one of the police cars is down there. But this was an idea, just a nightmare. Just trying to test out different methods, because, you know, we had this main section here, but since it's all going to be updated, it doesn't really matter. Basically, this whole section here is going to get just completely removed, because this will all become a huge highway that comes out that way. And that way we can kind of interconnect the city, because if we look at traffic, which I'll pull up here, not great. There are a few areas that are struggling because of just, I mean, look at this. That's just not good. So I want to start work on getting this area set up. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to start working on that this episode. I'm going to start clearing this area out, and I'm probably going to time-lapse the work on this so you guys can see what it's like. But I will see you guys when we get back from that. Alright, so our city is starting to take shape. It's going to be a rough little bit here because we've redone the entire main stretch here. This is the main way to get through the city. Oh, and everything, of course, is without power because I have to connect all that up. Alright, I guess we had one death to two deaths down here in the commercial buildings. That's okay. But basically, I've laid this out as such. So this is where the highway comes off. At some point, I'll go through and clean this up some more, add some trees and decorate it, but not right now. This is the main stretch here. This will all be just decorated garden, just place for people to come and relax. I've put what Biffa calls an oval about right here. And then that is what connects the second main highway, which is just going to be a four-lane two-way road that will come out through here for right now. I might eventually upgrade to this style coming out, but for right now, I like that. On this side, what'll end up happening is we will also add a four-lane two-way. I'm assuming I want to do one that comes out here, goes out and around, and comes up through the center. And then possibly one on this side that comes off, goes up through, potentially up like this, and then through the side. And then we can do maybe a little park or something down here next to the water. So this whole area is going to be changing. But we'll have that road. That road actually, instead of it coming up through here, will snake off this way and then come down into this area. And then there'll be a road that comes off of that to kind of connect up here. So in total, we'll have 3 main routes that come up through this way. And everything should still be connected. Let's check out the fire trucks too, because now we should be able to see them all. Oh my god. Everything's going up in flames. I mean, at least the fire trucks are here. Why is this whole area burning down? And our power plant too. That's not great. So our whole industrial area just went up. Oh, probably because the fire trucks are having to travel so far. Where are they coming from? Unless they're coming into the city from outside the city. Which, I mean, I guess they could, because I don't know. I thought I didn't delete it. Where's my fire station? Oh, it's on the other side of town, so they're having to travel all the way up here to get across. So we're actually really quickly, just to be safe, gonna connect a road here. This is running temporarily too, just to make it so that I can get trash moved. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so what we're doing right now is we're actually... Can we see that? We got all our little rescues coming in. Amazing model. Sounds kind of like the Chinese sirens. It's kind of cool. I love that. Oh, look at all of them. Do we have another fire somewhere? No, I guess it's the same one. But yeah, so basically the way this is laid out is we've got the main road that comes down here. This is going to go up, split into 2 more going that way. So it'll be a connector for all of these roads. I'll probably come back down the road, no pun intended, and upgrade these. This whole interchange here needs to be updated. This will need to be updated and cleaned up, but I'm trying to step by step lay out where I want to go so that as we go through this, I can kind of upgrade and do what I need to do. But we are desperate for some industry, which I do not want to place in yet. Industry will end up going over here, I think, temporarily. I just don't want to place any in yet until we can get some of this other stuff under control. And it looks like we've already got a fire down here starting, so everything's going up in flames, apparently. I don't know why we're suddenly having all these fires, too. Kind of interesting. Not usually that big of a deal. But basically, the 2 big things that are causing issues right now is we have the cemetery here. We can't actually move this. So we'll end up, when we build this road out, until we can unlock the crematorium. And also, we went down in population, so we were about to crest that next milestone. We're not going to do that now. Unless I can get population to go back up. Which it seems to be okay for right now. But we will zone just a little bit for industrial. We'll zone that for right now. And that way, hopefully that'll take up some of that. And population will keep going up. But we have the transfer station here, or trash depot, the trash depot here. We're emptying both of those into these 2 here. So that we can delete these, get rid of these. Because this area, I'm going to build out. Basically, coming through this, you're going to have the toll booth. And then out of the toll booth, there's going to be a roundabout directly here. This will then come up, come around, or come up and connect to the toll booth. And anything over here will snake off of each side. And I don't think it's going to be industry anymore. I think I'm going to make mixed commercial and residential area in there. I'd like to do more mixed stuff down here too, because I think overall it works better, because if people live close to work or, you know, whatever, they can get to it. However, The one difference is going to be industry will eventually move up to that area. I assume mining and stuff, it'll move over in this area too, or maybe we'll have a little town and start spreading stuff out. Now we have a huge demand for... Oh, we're actually losing people. Okay, I saw that for a second and was really concerned. We seem to be massively dropping in that. We're going to put some more commercial in here. We'll mix it up a little bit so everything's kind of close to each other. There we go. So by bringing that in, that kind of raised up the population a little bit. And I guess by deleting the houses, I kind of fixed that death wave problem. I'm not sure. We're only going to find out the hard way, if at all. Oh, it's kind of stale. It's stable, but it's slow. I'm hoping with time we'll kind of keep growing here, but you can see now we're struggling for workers, so now I'm back to the point where I desperately need more people moving in. So what I'm probably going to do is for now, we're going to move this toll booth down to like 10 cents, that way it'll encourage people to come in here, because you can see here how busy this is. It's really bad. That's why this needs a roundabout, is because of how busy the industry area is. That makes a huge difference. But you can see here we're already in 600,000s. Let's check our loans. All of our loans are now paid off, so we're in the clear completely with that, which is awesome. But I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Go ahead and leave a like, and you can subscribe if you really, really liked it. If you didn't like the video, you know what to do too. If you liked it, but extra liked it, there's a bell next to the subscribe button you can hit that will notify you every single time I upload. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.